vocabulary.
Okay, just give it a minute to decide what it's doing.
It's recording now.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Sup, rockers? I'm Invalid here with Kingtrace. Damn it. Sup, rockers? I'm Invalid here with...
Kingtrace!
With Kingtrace.
Yay!
And this is our breakdown podcast with no name.
There could be a lot of names, but most of them end up sounding really terrible.
Really upsetting to people who would be upset by such things.
So if you guys want to submit a name for the breakdown podcast that you don't think would get people to shut it down, you go ahead.
Well, I actually don't think we could get shut down for having an offensive name. But people could dislike us a lot.
Yeah. By the way, the name that we're talking about with the controversy is the Down syndrome. I think it sounds catchy, but unfortunately, it also happens to be not good.
As in bad.
Yeah, not good as in bad, as opposed to not good as in good.
Yeah, not the cool bad. The bad.
Not like the characters from Greece. Okay, so here on today's podcast, we have a lot of things to talk about, and the first thing is Black and White 2 forms.
It's called Baraka.
Baraka forms?
Forms, so what's all getting new forms? Basically all the legendaries?
Tornadus, Landorus, Thunderous, and Keldeo. Oh, and Kurium, but nobody cares about him anymore.
Yeah, well, Kurium is like what they want to be their main guy, but it's just dumb looking, I think. It might be uber material, but it's a dumb sprite.
Oh, it's still Ice Dragon. If you give it like an amazing godly ability and stats to match Arceus, then it might be.
I thought it was going to be Ice Fire and Ice Electric.
Nope, no type changes. Ice Dragon.
Well, if its speed gets to like 110, it might actually be. Well, Kyurem's actually good, even. I'm not even going to say it might become good, because Kyurem's good in the first place. It's just not uber.
It's not even... Kyurem is getting a bum rap because it's weak to priority, and OU is priority. You've all seen Scissor's usage statistics.
Caesar... Wow, in 4th gen, Caesar is even more used. In 4th gen, Caesar had 50% usage at one point.
I know. All those noobs that use Caesar, like that guy Kingtrace.
Yeah, and that guy Invalid.
But, yeah, Kyurem gets a ramp there. I don't know. If it goes kind of fast, maybe it gets a special attack buff.
I'm not sure if it's 95 or 90 now, but basically everything between 70 and 99 is the same.
But it does get those ice-type, fire, burny, shocky moves.
Yeah, which I don't understand why it didn't get them in the first place. They're not even that powerful.
But I guess those aren't gonna boost it out of not usable.
I think Blizzard's better than them in the first place. It's 120 base power. I'm talking about Inhale, of course.
Yeah, not Inhale. It's Super Miss, but
it doesn't even bother to focus, and it still misses.
But yeah, it needs a lot of ability to make it usable. Either of them.
Is it gonna get a new ability, or have they said?
No, they haven't said yet.
I bet it does get a new ability.
Turbo Ice.
Turbo Ice. No, it's Mega Ice.
Ice Bolt.
It has to have something really cheesy sounding, like Turbo, please. Or what's the other one? Terravolt.
But
couldn't they have thought of anything?
Well, they could have called it Moldbreaker Fire.
I think they had 13-year-olds vote on what the name was going to be, which is cool because that's the market, but...
But even if it does get Turbo Ice, I mean, Kyurem with the Moldbreaker does what exactly?
has Thunder hit things with motor drive, I guess.
I mean, at least Reshiram has a use for it.
Well,
You know that.
actually,
Oh,
if it can get a better move pool, which it probably will with these new forms, that could actually be good. It already
I
has a decent move pool, but
I
having
hope
an
they
electric move and a fire move would actually be helpful for it.
I hope they give it a tutor, cause I guess they put in a bunch of tutors actually, and a fire type bullet punch.
I like how the thing that we said no one cares about is what we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah, let's move. Sacred beast forms for the genie bros.
Yes, because Pokemon has to be Yu-Gi-Oh now. They were moving too much towards Digimon, so they had to make it Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yeah, Sacred Beast Tornadus has a focus on special defense and speed, according to article from Korokoro.
Yeah, and if those stats don't come out of special attack, I think it will become really powerful. The spec set will actually be able to be modest now.
If it going faster will definitely help it. As Tornadus probably won't be uber even with Sacred Beast form, to be honest. But it just doesn't have the move pool to rape shit up, and I mean its stats would have to get
Right
really.
now, all it can do is sub-toxic. That's the only support move pool it has other than Tailwind, which is just Tailwind is way more offensive of a thing to have than something you're gonna put on Sacred Beast Tornadus.
Yeah, and then Sacred Beast Thunderous will be uber. There's no question in my mind. It has an extra focus on special attack.
Yeah, well, it was already Uber in the first place on, I think, every server.
Yeah, so...
Well, on our server, yeah, we do it with the ability, but we might have to just straight up ban the whole Pokemon, or the whole form, at least.
Yeah. But, it's gonna hit like a fucking truck.
I think we would just ban the form, probably, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But... It already has a really powerful Thunder. Moving on. The last one is Landorus, who gets the focus on his attack, and I don't know.
Like, Special Landorus is fun. It's not going to have its Dream World ability released in the first place, probably. So for standard non-Dream World, that's going to be awesome, because physical Landorus is already a big threat.
Having more attack is going to make it really scary as all hell, to be honest.
To quote, I'm not sure who said it, maybe... It doesn't really matter, because a million people have said it. It's going to become more viable than Terrakion as a physical sweeper. As a physical broken sweeper.
Yeah, I think I always use Landorus over Terrakion nowadays, because I like having ground immunity.
Yeah. Well, Landorus and Terrakion, are, if they're Scarf, they both outspeed the same annoying thing. Volcarona.
Yeah, just switching on that Quiver Dance and Stone Edge.
I think with Landorus, Earthquake can actually probably kill it.
Not from 100%. Not with a Choice Scarf, anyway. I've tried.
Have you... Do you run Sand?
No.
With Sand, it would probably kill.
Maybe. I would think so. I've never... Nobody who has Sand also simultaneously runs a Volcarona unless they're not smart.
Yeah, that's really not... Those don't go together. Volcarona is kind of a dual weather Pokemon, even though it's not so good in rain, but I've seen people use it effectively in rain.
It's fairly good in rain. Smogon thinks it's the best set ever for Volcarona. Oh my god, you can use it in rain! We should put it first on the analysis, because that's the most common set.
Well, Hurricane is a powerful move. It should be spread around way better. Just because it makes water better, because water has 2 moves and Sandstorm has none.
Alright. I hope they get Move Tutor.
Also, yeah, they should move Tutor Hurricane. Is Hurricane a level up move or TM?
It's level up.
Yeah, if it was TM, that would be the most wasted TM ever, because only like 5 Pokemon even learn it.
And then they only have one form left. It's
Pay-
Resolution Form Keldeo.
Payday was a TM, wasn't it, at one point? And
Yes.
only Meowth and Person could learn that. And
But yeah,
Mew.
the last one is Keldeo Resolution Form, which we currently know nothing about at all, except for the fact that it has a slightly longer horn and it has feathers in its mane.
If I was gonna make it, now see, I would make it so it wasn't going to be Uber, and it transformed when it was hit by a dark move. That would
But
be
right now, all we know about it is it's a new Keldeo form, and we have to act under the assumption that either stats will be redistributed or it will become broken.
yeah. Redistribution of the stats. Maybe they'll make physical Keldeo.
Maybe. I'd like to see that. It does have a pretty decent physical move pool.
Yeah.
Close
It's only got like 85 attack right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has Close Combat, Aqua Jet, Waterfall. I think it has... Does it know Earthquake?
Probably. I know it has Sword Stance.
But yeah, physical Keldeo would be usable.
If they made it.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it. Maybe we should just move to the topic we can talk about.
And yeah, this is like hypothetical world.
Yeah, our
Is
next one...
We're on to...
Dream World is real!
Dream World is real!
So Smogon had a joke article about its fake Smogon awards, for bad ones, and one of the things they said for fake tiers, the second place runner-up, the runner-up for fake tiers was Dream World, which inspired Invalid to start this tour.
That and just wanting to bring Breakdown back to being a real server in general.
Yeah, right now it's just kind of like a treehouse for a bunch of guys to hang out. But,
we have 28 now, unless we've had more sign-ups since last time I looked. It's a 64-man tour. Or woman, or child.
It's standard. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, SPS signed up, so. It's standard Dream World. Rogum's real breakdown standard Dream World. Using our ban list, which you can find on our server. We don't do straight Pokemon bans here. We ban broken abilities.
Unless the Pokemon is fully broken on its own, like most of the legendary Ubers, like Zekrom, Kyurem, not Kyurem, why did I say Kyurem? Zekrom, Reshiram.
In Invalid's world, the Kyurem is Ubers. And fucking, like, sometimes we get stupid people. You want to tell them about the guy who was talking to you about Blaziken the other day?
Oh yeah, people who come in and see Blaziken's not on the ban list and automatically assume, they don't look at the whole thread. It says right below the Speed Boost Blaziken is banned. But they come in and say, Blaziken isn't banned, this server sucks, everyone leave. Usually no one listens to them, but it's still annoying.
Yeah, I had a guy that came in the other day and said, "You guys all suck on this server," which is weird because I watched him and he never battled at all. I'm not sure how he made that assumption. But yeah. So yeah, we also have Excadrill unbanned with Sand Force, not with Sand Rush, because Sand Rush is stupid.
Also, we have Mold Breaker, but that's not really... I mean, Mold Breaker would be good, but it's not as good as Sand Force.
But yeah, Excadrill is not broken without Sand Force at all. It's very easy to counter.
Yeah, it's powerful, but very counterable. Like, more counterable than Latios.
Now that you can be faster than it, and you will be, it's not very fast when it's not in sand.
And if it's Scarfed, then it's setup fodder.
Just bring in something that's immune to Earthquake. But,
And if you're gonna start saying gravity teams are broken...
But yeah, among other guys, we also have Garchomp with, Rough Skin.
Yeah, which Smogon actually doesn't have the option for that one, because they play Wi-Fi. They can't ban Sandville on it, because...
Sandville's the only ability.
Sandvale's the only ability to them.
Yeah, but they did.
Actually, I've changed the scripts, so you can use Sandvale Garchomp, but you can't use it with Sandstream.
All right. Well, that's good news.
That
I'm gonna
allows
start.
people to use Stealth Rock or Aqua Tail or whatever move they were trying to get that they can't get with Dream World.
Yeah. We also have a banned ability combo.